Talking with WolfPack coach Toby Parker. And coach, let's first talk about that #1 ranking from the NJCAA in Division III. Take me through what went through your mind when you saw that and what it means for this program early in the season.
Doesn't mean much to me, and you know, I have been, and the program has been in this position the last few years. It's good for business, it's great for recruiting, but there's an awful lot of work that goes into supporting and defending and sustaining and maintaining that, and it creates a large target. I'm not going to say we're comfortable with it because we've been in the position before. It's you know, we'll put the time into the gym no different than any other year, any other session. We're flattered. However, we have been saying right from day one, on paper, this is an exciting group. We also understand there's a lot of work to do. So.
A few weeks of practice already in the books. What have you seen? What has stood out to you so far?
Leadership. You know, we've got a neat core group of 5 kids coming back from a team last year, and a heartbreaking end to a pretty specific goal. So, you know, all they've done is gone into the spring season and summer workouts, and the goal hasn't changed. You know, and they fell short of it. But the neat part about it is we get another opportunity to get after it. So the leadership has been wonderful. It'll be a tough group to compete against. They're and the first-year kids, the freshmen, have really kind of bought into that mission, that vision. So we're in a very comfortable position right now. 3 weeks into it, things look good.
You have a few unique transfers on the roster this year. You've got one girl who transferred in from Rock Valley College with some great experience, and then a couple of Madison College basketball players who have joined the volleyball ranks.
You know, and Kiefer coming in from Rock Valley is a kid that took about 1,200 swings last year for them, and she was opposite one of the better hitters, if not the best hitter in the country. So, and Rock Valley's traditionally, historically, a fantastic program. We have a lot of respect for that body of work. So a kid coming out of that culture and into ours, you know, the transition has been smooth. I think the girls have been welcoming. Kiefer's situation is different. You know, she's a Wisconsin kid, wanted to get closer to home. So the decision to come back to Wisconsin and choose Madison College, we're thrilled, to say the least. And the basketball kids, you know, what you're going to get from both Mandy and Rachel are a couple of kids that were kind of a high-profile basketball program last year as well. So as they sat at the top of the national rankings, #1 for their basketball, they're comfortable with the target. They're certainly they've been a welcome addition to our gym too. They've kind of shook some things up in their positions. The height and physical portion of it. And you got to remember, both those kids are all conference volleyball players in high school too. So it's not like we're teaching them the sport, tricks of the trade, and a little more experience. They've been great.
Final question then. You've got a pretty tough schedule right out of the gates. I see a lot of the top 10 teams in the rankings also on your schedule. So take me through that daunting task.
Well, we have a 34-match regular season. We're going to play 18 of them in the next 20 days. And that's kind of a heavy front-loaded on my end, and intentional. You know, it allows us to kind of, as we go into the tail end of the season and prep for the postseason, we're not as crazy in recovery time and whatnot. So there was a method to the madness. But this weekend, for example, we go up to the Dells and we get 3 Division II teams, 2 of which went to nationals last year, and then the defending national champs at the D3 level in Rochester. So our conference is tough. These next 3 weekends with, as I mentioned, the Dells, going down to Chicago, and then Rochester, Minnesota. Doesn't get any easier, but strength of schedule-wise, again, there's a method to the madness, and it's intentional.
Coach Parker, as always, thanks for the time. Best of luck this season.
Thank you, sir.